In this video, I changed this floodlight with a smart one. So Unifi sent me two of these smart floodlights, they call them, and I'm going to put them up here instead of this floodlight, and there's one on the other side as well. Now the main reason is that these are pretty old and crusty. They kind of work, you see it turns on, but it turns on all the time because the sensor on this side is kind of buggered. It sort of works, sort of doesn't work. So I'm going to use this Unifi Smart Floodlight, which is PoE powered. So I'm going to use network cables from my switch, which is just in there in my office, to power this and the other one as well. So I'm going to install two of them. And then, you know, that's not that complicated and they're kind of cool. They're not that bright. I think I'm going to expect them to not be that bright compared to these halogen floodlights, but I don't need that much light on here because I'm going to then use the motion event from this when there's someone moving to trigger Home Assistant and all the lights that are in the garden. So I can trigger all the lights from a single floodlight rather than having to set up a separate motion sensor and then not being able to turn those lights on anyway. So that's the plan, and we'll see how that pans out. But first, let's just have a look at the actual unit and then go from there. All right, so here are the two floodlights. I'm just going to open one of them for now and we'll have a look at what's actually in the box. So these are, as I said, PoE powered, and they hook into any switch, you know, any Unifi switch or any other switch. And then they go into Protect, so Unifi Protect, so you can control it all through the same thing as your cameras. All right, so here we go. So we get, of course, the unit, decent size. You can see there's the LED. It looks kind of decent. There's a lot of LEDs in there. And then, of course, that's the, there we go. That's the PoE port right in there. So that's where you plug your cable into. And then we have, there's a flat bracket here. Oh, if I can get it out, there we go. That's a flat bracket. So you can see here, you can mount it like that on the wall. Or what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this angle bracket so I have a bit of downwards light. So you can see here that then if I put it on the wall, it'll angle downwards. So that's the plan, and that's pretty much all there is into it. As always, there's a bit of mounting equipment here, with a few screws and whatever. But that's it. There's nothing else in here. Oh, hang on, I'm a liar. What have we got here? Ah, there's a diffuser as well. Oh, I wasn't aware of that. Okay, so if it's too bright, oh, so the brightness might be all right. We can change that cover there and put the diffuser on as well. All right, we'll play with that. But first, we're going to have to install them instead of the old floodlights. So yeah, that's next. So let's get these floodlights into Unifi. So I'm in Unifi Protect here on my Dream Machine Pro. And to add devices, well, you go up to the top right and you click Add Devices. And there are the two floodlights that we have just installed and plugged in. So I'm going to name them Floodlight 1 and 2, because that's how inventive I am. When I get more floodlights, I might give them some other names. But anyway, Floodlight 1 and 2 will do for now. You can pair them with a camera. So when you're looking at the floodlight, you can also see the camera if you choose to. That's kind of a neat idea. I didn't expect this, to be honest. So I'm going to pair this first floodlight with my office camera. That's the one that sort of sits on the porch. And then you can't see it, but I'm going to click next. And then there's a motion detection area. So, you know, how long do you want to detect for? You know, consider floodlight would detect motion in the area shown and trigger on for motion events when it's dark. So I'm going to have an auto shut off timer after a minute. And then you can choose whether you want it on motion or when dark, so triggered on motion or always dark. And then if it is on motion, you can then choose either always, so that's during the day as well, or when dark. So that has to obviously take your scenario into account where you install it. The second floodlight here, I'm not going to pair with any camera for now, because that's the other end of the building here. I'm going to give it a minute as well for a shut-off timer, just like the first one, and the same with here. Only put them on when it's dark, because it's bright enough out there. I don't need them otherwise. So now you can see they're here. They're just updating, so we're just going to wait for them to update. That's just the firmware that's updating the first install here. They do it automatically. I didn't have to do anything for that. And there we go. That's the first one. Come on, come on. Updating. And there we go. So now they're both connected. And we can see they have 100 megabits connection, as you'd expect. And there's a bunch of settings here. So we can change the brightness. Now I'm going to go for full brightness because, again, I don't know how bright they are, but I do need a fair amount of light out there. You can turn them on and off. So manually, that'll work through the Unifi Protect app as well. So you can turn them on manually. And then there's some settings here, which is obviously the name, status LED, as any Unifi device has a status LED. And then there's the lighting here where you can change these settings we went through before. So if you want to change any of that, you can locate it, which means it flashes for 30 seconds. So in case you don't know which unit is what, reboot it like any other Unifi device, and unmanaged as well if you want to get it onto a different site or property. And that's the same with Floodlight 2, of course, as well. And you can see here as well on Floodlight 1, there's the camera is paired to, which is the office camera, so there's that nice little link. All right, let's have a look at Home Assistant and how we can use these now to trigger all the other lights. So I'm going to create two simple automations using the floodlights. So I'm here on the configuration. I'm going to go into devices first. Let's see if we got the floodlights through. If they don't come up the first time in the devices, just restart Home Assistant and it should pick them up with the Unifi Protect integration. So here's my first floodlight. You can see that it's connected to my Wellwood DMP. That's my Dream Machine Pro. You can see the controls there, so you can turn it on and off. You can change the settings that we just looked at before, so you can, set it to light when it's dark rather than motion, etc. So there are those. Now what you might notice is that there is no motion event. The sensor you see just says that it's set to motion. If I were to change light to dark, it would just go to always. So I need to choose a different trigger. So I'm going to go into automations here. I'm going to create a new automation from scratch. So an empty automation template. And I'm going to give it a name, of course. Always name your automations as what they do, because otherwise you can't find them again when you have lots and lots of them. Now you could also do this through YAML. I prefer to do it this way when I'm sort of showing it in these videos. But anyway, we're going to call it turn on garden lights when floodlights are on. So when the floodlights turn on, we're going to turn on the garden lights. But of course, we don't want them to turn on all the time, because at times I have automation that turns the lights on outside as well. So they're on all the time from when it gets dark to 10 o'clock. Now first I'm going to find my floodlight, so that's Floodlight 1, and then I'm going to add another trigger, which is Floodlight 2, because I want either to trigger this automation. So we're going to go with Floodlight 2. And then of course I'm going to have a condition. My conditions are going to be time. So I only want this to turn on after 10 o'clock at night. So I'm going to go for the time condition. So click on time. So I'm going to turn fixed time after 10 p.m. So just change that to 10 p.m. Now I'm not going to put a fixed time for before, because we're just going to worry about nighttime for now. And that's it. Now I'm going to put an action. My action is going to be to call a service. And we're just going to change here from device to call service, which is just up there, like so. And the service is going to be to turn on lights. So light, there you go, light turn on. And then because I already have my area set up with all of my outdoor lights, I'm just going to pick the area of outdoor lights, like so. Now that's going to turn on all the lights in all the garden and the outside of the house as well. So I may change that later on if it's too much, but for now we can go with that. And that's it. I'm not going to change any of the other settings here either. And now to do the off. So I'm going to turn them off as well, because otherwise when the floodlights turn off, these lights are going to stay on, right? So I need to have an off automation as well. So I'm going to go back. We can just see here I have the turn on garden lights when floodlights are on. So I'll go back into it. I'm going to duplicate this automation so that I can create one that's almost the same, but I'm going to just turn the floodlights off instead. So we're just going to change it here to off, and the same with the title as well. So that's a neat way that you can just duplicate an automation. And, oh, they're already off. That means I messed up the first automation, so we're just going to go back and change that in a minute. But anyway, yep, when the floodlights turn off, I want to turn off all the lights in the garden, but only after 10 p.m., right? So these are all right, yeah, after 10 p.m., that's fine. I'm not going to have lights off instead, like so. And I'm going to pick my area again, which are the outdoor lights. I save that, and I'm just going to go back and fix that automation that I didn't set up properly. I mean, that would have become obvious when it didn't work. But let's just fix this. There it is. When floodlights are on, I'm going to turn them on is the trigger. When they're turned on, then I want the automation to trigger, right? So either one being turned on, either one can trigger it. So we save that. There's just one more thing I want to set up. So as you can see here, I have a lights menu in Home Assistant on the overview here of all the dashboards or all the panels. I want to add these two lights to my outside lights because I want to be able to turn them on and off just through Home Assistant, pretty quick. So I've got Floodlight 1 and I'm just going to add Floodlight 2 as well. It's just something I like to do. I also have groups of lights. I might group these up so they turn on and off with one button. Oh, one was already on. We'll turn that off. But it's just a neat way that I can keep track of all the lights and I can see what's on and on with just a glance all over the outside and the inside. So that's just me wanting to do that. You can do it any other way that you feel like. All right, they're working. Look at that. And they're bright. They're actually really bright and not unpleasantly bright. So I don't know if I'm going to put the diffuser on, but we'll see. Anyway, first, please do subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. I do a lot more projects around the farm and I just film it all. It's basically what I do. So come along for the ride and leave any comments that you might have. What have I done wrong? What have I done differently? What do you use the floodlights for? So I've got one over there, right? You can see it just over there. I got one here. I've created an automation so that when they turn on, the rest of the lights in the garden will turn on. You can see there's just a bit of light in there. There's some of my Philips lights as well. And it works. I'm really happy with them, actually. I'm really happy with them. They're much better than I expected for some reason. I don't know why, but I just didn't have great expectations, but they really are great. So just to recap, we installed 2 Unifi Smart Floodlights. We set them up with Unifi Protect, which is really easy, and they're really nicely integrated, even though they're lights, not cameras, but they work well. And then I created now an automation, or 2 automations, in Home Assistant to turn them on at night after 10 o'clock, which is almost now. So hopefully that will work. I'll probably have to fiddle a bit with that automation, I'd imagine, but that is all for later. I might post some of it as YouTube shorts or comments, or I don't know, we'll see. And anyway, until next time, thank you very much for watching. See you then. What's the rustling? What's going on?